Hello everybody, it's Richard the Urban Warlock from Urban Warlock Healing. Yes, I'm in a different t-shirt, it's still black, but it's got a pattern on. It's a tarot one, magician, pretty cool now. Anyway, right, so it's time to do part 2 of the dark side of spirituality. Now, it's not going to be anything to like upset people, community kind of thing. And it's going to be mostly about me, really. How self-indulgent of me. No, so I wanted to do this one basically because recently I've been having people kind of telling me that they're either going to do silly shit or they've tried to do some silly shit, and I just wanted to kind of put out there where I stand on this stuff at the moment, be it with friends or clients or whoever, really. As I mentioned in previous kind of videos, I kind of touched on the fact that although with what I do, yes, I could sometimes be classed as a healer because I'm a reader, my role really is an activator, not a healer. So when I say that, people are drawn to me because normally there's some shit that needs to be said. And it normally triggers some kind of awakening. So just to give you an example, I'm always moaning about doing love readings because I seem to get everybody in coercive relationships or relationships where they're not happy, and I have to sit there and basically spend 10 minutes after the reading going, you know, you're good enough, you're worthy, you deserve to be happy and stuff like that. Now, I think within the spiritual community, a lot of people, they try and help too much. And I understand why, and I've been there like all my life I've tried to help people too much, and I'm now at that point where I've realised all it does is come and bite you in the ass. I've had it in friendships, I've had it in relationships, and I ain't doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. It's the old thing of people have to, you know, help themselves. You know, people aren't gonna get help until they're ready and stuff like that. Now, one of the reasons, other than wanting to work for myself, which is obviously my main kind of drive, for leaving my day job was because it was working with homeless people, drug addicts, alcoholics, etc., etc. Now, after losing Heather and kind of going on this, you know, personality transplant of life is too short, I'm going to be happy and I need to change my dreams, I need to help people, it made me realise that I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore because the people I was working with didn't actually want the help, to be honest with you. You know, my role was being funded. It was through a charity, but it was basically being funded by the council, just to kind of rock up and try and push them into going to things like drug and alcohol rehabilitation. And the people who I was working with weren't ready for it. And, you know, to go back to something like that after having this life is too short kind of awakening, I couldn't do it anymore. Too depressing. Yeah, so I suppose I'm just trying to clarify that, you know, a lot of people will say, you know, will who watch my videos will know I, you know, always do the I'm not love and light and stuff like that, and I'm really not. You know, I'm the one who kind of pushes you. I'm the one that kind of holds a mirror up and says, "Come on, you know, this is, you know." This is the real you. I'm not softly with it. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be harsh to you. And the people that I've been, that I'm kind of relating this to about recent events, you know, they've told me that they're struggling with the mental health. And I've said, go and get counselling, go and get therapy. You know, it did me the world of good. You know, I've had 3 lots. I talk about that a lot when I'm doing my lives or my videos and stuff like that. And I stick by it. And it's fallen on deaf ears, it's been met with excuses. Point is, and this is going to sound really harsh, and I'm sorry if it does, you know, it's not my problem. It really isn't. You know, I've done, you know, I've tried to advise, I've tried to point you in the direction of professional help. I am not a professional at mental health, okay? So, friends, family, clients, if you come and see me, you know, like I say, as harsh as it is, I will do your reading, I'll give you some advice, but then it is down to you. It is down to you to sort your life out. It's not my responsibility. It's not other healers or readers' responsibility. It is your responsibility, okay? People need to take some responsibility for their actions, okay? And, you know, I'm not, like I say, I've been there and tried to sort people's lives out, you know what I mean? Every relationship that I have been in, people have come with their problems, and I've tried to save them. And every relationship that I've been in, it has ended up backfiring on me. You cannot save somebody. You can't do it. that person has to want to change themselves, that person has to want to save themselves. So, you know, relationship wise, when I'm ready for a relationship in the future, that person needs to be bloody ready, you know what I mean? Because I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. Yes, people have history, and some people have baggage, as they say, kind of stuff that they've carried through and whatnot, and that's perfectly fine. But I can't save anybody, and that goes for my personal life, my business life, my relationships. So yeah, I suppose the point is that not all of us in the kind of spiritual world are going to be there to hold your hand. Okay. Like I say, I know that I'm a little bit harsher, and I get that, and there will be some practitioners out there who are happy to hold your hand and do the poor you thing, and that's perfectly fine. That is their choice. But I would also say to those practitioners, you have to set your boundaries, because this is another thing. I was speaking to another reader at the weekend, I won't say who, and they were saying that, they have this real issue where people come up to them and they start telling them the problems, and they're sat there and it's an event, and then they're missing out on paying clients because people are talking to them. You have to set your boundaries, you know what I mean? I've not studied in counselling, but when I was at university, it was something that I wanted to do, and one of the first things in the kind of let's learn about counselling, if you want to call it module, was about setting your boundaries, you know what I mean? And counsellors and therapists do it. You booked in for an hour, 4 till 5, 5 o'clock comes right, that's your session over now, off you pop, see you next week. And they do it because otherwise people are there all the time. So I just think that readers and healers and stuff like that, they need to start setting the boundaries a bit more. And people might not like me saying that, be it the professionals or the clients, but at the end of the day, we need to make money. Unfortunately, food isn't free. And as much as people want to kind of elevate into the 5D, shock horror, 5D, you're still going to be human, okay? It's just that the energy is going to be different, okay? You still need to eat. So yeah, I just think people need to set boundaries a little bit more. And I think that people and clients and stuff like that need to realise that, we're there to do a job. We're not there to fix your life. We're not there to hold your hand. We're not there to tell you how to navigate things, much like with spirit, you know what I mean? Spirit can guide us, spirit can push us slightly, but they cannot tell us what to do. You are an autonomous human being and you have responsibility for yourself, okay? So, yeah, so to anybody who's recently kind of encountered me, yeah, I am sorry, but like I say, I'm not gonna hold your hand for you, okay? And this isn't clients, this is people I know. I'm not gonna hold your hand for you. You've got to sort this shit out for yourself, I'm afraid. As harsh as it is, and as believe it or not, I do find it hard not helping people and taking a stand back. But like I say, I've got to that point in my life where I've started to realise that you can't do that. It is down to that person to make those changes for themselves. So I am now starting to take back with, to take a step back when it comes to this stuff. So, this might affect my my clientele coming through the door, but I just want to be honest. You know what I mean? We're not all like, oh, they're there. Hold your hand. Like I said, I'm not going to be horrible to you. I'm not a nasty person, but like I say, I'm going to tell you how it is, and at the end of the session, I don't mind having a little chat with you and stuff like that, answering any questions. Especially if you're like looking for things on a kind of spiritual journey. But I'm not going to sort your life out for you. Okay, you've got to do that for yourself. So I know I've rambled on a little bit there, but I just wanted to labour the point because I do appreciate that it might come across like I'm being an arsehole, but I'm like I say, I'm really not trying to be. I'm an activator. My role is to confront you with these things, and then you make that choice from there on afterwards. So yes, part 2 complete. The dark side of spirituality. It's all about me, really.